controllers here looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction.
It was obvious very quickly to those of us watching this that something was gravely, gravely wrong.
All 7 astronauts died in the explosion. But how could it happen? What really doomed the launch of Challenger?
Looking back at the records, it possibly was the coldest day of the winter that year.
Winter temperatures in Central Florida usually average between highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. It rarely gets colder.
The night before Challenger, temperatures had dipped into the 20s, and at launch, I think we were in the mid-30s.
That was about 15 degrees colder than any launch up to that point in time.
This doesn't play well with some of the engineering that is involved in a space shuttle.
In particular, it didn't play well with 2 rubber O-rings. The O-rings sealed joints between cells in the solid fuel boosters, forcing gases safely down and out of the rocket.
Those O-rings are engineered to be pliable or resilient down to certain temperatures, but the colder it gets, the less resilient they got.
NASA knew about the temperature limitations of the O-rings and called Morton Thiokol, the O-ring makers, to ask if it was safe to launch.
Morton Thiokol management consulted with its engineering staff, who were unanimous. Absolutely not. Do not launch.
But with President Reagan scheduled to speak with the first American teacher in space during his State of the Union address, NASA decided to launch.
NASA, recognizing the importance of what was going to go on that evening, was really not taking no for an answer. NASA took its chances.
In the cold, the O-rings fail. Hot gases start to leak through the damaged joints before they are temporarily sealed by burning fuel. Then there is a second unforeseen act of nature.
As the shuttle reached altitude, it was encountering quite a bit of wind shear as well.
It flexes the solid rocket booster and breaks the seal. Now, flame actually starts coming out the gap, and then it's a matter of a minute, and the system is gone. Whether it was the beginning and the end of the problem that caused the loss of the Challenger that day.
Instead of giving his State of the Union address that night, President Reagan mourned the loss of 7 American heroes.
We will never forget.